Hello YouTube, this is Prince, and today I wanted to cover Kazuya in Tekken 8 for either beginners or intermediate that want to actually try to try out the character, or to people that are just interested in the character in general, in what he does, and etc. etc. So. What is Kazuya in Tekken 8 is essentially a 50-50 character. What's a 50-50 character? Basically, okay, let's go to the stage here. So basically, if you're new to Tekken, by now you should know that in Tekken we have highs, mids, and lows. Okay, so you want to mix them up, right? There are characters that, as you might have noticed, have like strengths. Stuff like this, for example this one, or this kind of stuff, right? Kazuya is not good at that, okay? He is good at single strikes that puts the opponent on the ground and basically set up what we call okizemi. And for example, I'm just gonna show you like a quick example. If you do 1-1-2, which is his 10 frame punish, the opponent is now on the ground and has to take a guess. Because when you get up in Tekken, in general, when you get up, you have choices, right? You have a different amount of choices. There are quite a lot. But essentially, we can dump it down saying that you can get up from holding back. And this way, you're gonna block all the highs and mids that come on you. Or if you try to get up by holding down back, we're gonna automatically block every low incoming, okay? You cannot change up your mind midway. You cannot do that. I'm gonna lower a little bit the volume, and sorry if I do this midway, but essentially you cannot change your mind as you do it. Like, if I decide to hold back, I'm gonna block all the mids. Even if I see the opponent, I visualize that they're going for a low. I cannot immediately do that. I can only do it once I stood up. Okay. So this is why that exact moment, the okizemi, is very important for Kazuya, because his moves that he wants to utilize in those situations are quite slow. Okay. For example, I do 1-1-2, and I want to use my low. It's a two-hit string that if I connect the low, the mid will connect. Okay, so in that situation, since this move is not exactly super fast, I have plenty of time to do it, right? Okay, or I can mix you up with the mid instead. If you are scared of the low and you might duck, you might decide to get up from the floor by holding down back. That way I can actually hit you with the mid, right? So I do 1-1-2, okay, and I do 4-4-3. 4-4-3 launches for like big damage, okay? Okay, this kind of damage. You can do more in infinite stages like this. I mean, it's not exactly infinite, but you get what I mean. It's pretty big. You can do this. That does more damage. But anyway, going back to what is Kazuya as a character. He's full of 50-50s. Why? For example, the low string that I showed before, which is called the Hell Sweep, will put you exactly like in front of me and in the same exact situations you were before. So you have to guess again, right? You can decide to stay on the floor, and if you stay on the floor, this will not exactly connect. I'm gonna show you. You see, only the low will connect, and then you will get up safely. But if I predict you, the Kazuya can do forward 4-4 that flips you over into insane okizemi, because in that stance that I showed you before, you're now like face down, feet away from me, which is like really bad, because the ways you can recover are pretty like they're pretty shit in that situation. I'm not gonna cover them in detail right now, but it's a pretty bad situation. The best option to be on the ground is this one. Like if you are, wait, if you are like this, it's pretty shit. And even if you are inverted, if you have your face towards me, but in the same stance, like face down, that's so bad. You don't want to be in that situation. But anyway, so we were talking about the 50-50, right? So Kazuya is a 50-50 character. Of course, it has his risks, because if the opponent blocks this low that I was showing here, I can just put the opponent into block everything after the first hit. So boom, you can see it's minus 23, and Tekken it means you die, because 23 frames means you can do whatever the fuck you want from crouching stance. You can do wall standing too, for example, if you were using Kazuya and this starts combo, you can do an easy combo like this. And you realign, then you do this. It's 87 damage in rage. It's pretty fucking big, right? And so it has its risks. On block, it's death. 443 is not death on block. It's actually -3, which is super good. And 444, in case they block it, it's -9. So you lose your turn completely, but still pretty good because it flips the opponent if he decides to stay on the ground. And what else do we have? Can we talk about? The fact that Kazuya is pretty weak to the left. I'm not gonna show you, but essentially all the moves are quite linear of Kazuya. Every string, every single string, follow up, 50-50s, even this. If you're new to Tekken, you would say, oh, but that sweep surely will catch people sidestepping. No, that doesn't happen. Kazuya is very weak to the left side, and even this can be sidewalked. And if you do it, if you have a prediction and you do it, you can literally end up on the back of the character as by the time you finish the move. And so everything is very weak to the left. What do we have? We have Weivu FF2. This will track people that are already sidestepping. So if they time it very bad, you can hit the full 4-2. Or we have moves such as an electric that will catch people sidestepping. It can be those moves can be sidestepped, but if they time very badly the sidestep, they will get hit. Moves that are completely tracking, no matter what the opponent does, is back 4. That will put us into double mode, but it's a high. If you want a mid safe on block, you have wall standing 3 that can be done out of wave dash. I'm gonna cover that a little later. It's pretty slow and doesn't give much. It just gives a knockdown, but it does damage and it will splats, so it has its uses. And then we have down 4-2. It's pretty fast, 14 frames, but it's punishable on block. It's -12. And on normal hit it doesn't give much. It's just +5 frames for us to play with. And then we have finally the wall standing 2. Wall standing 2 is -18 on block. It's pretty deaf on block, okay? You can punish that pretty easily. But it has its reward, right? Because if we hit it, we have the prediction, we have the comp, right? So you have to, by the time you scale, by the time you climb up the ranks, you have to start utilizing your homing moves correctly, because other people, otherwise people would just simply sidewalk to you to the left, and that's when the character actually becomes hard. Like the beginner state of Kazuya is not that hard. People don't sidestep, people mash. You can just simply utilize your frame advantages. For example, forward 4 is +4 on block, and sidestep 1+2 is +5 on block. You can just use these two moves, advantages on block, to blow people up, because people don't know about the plus frames. So you can just do 4-4 into down 4-2. This will connect. Even if you trade, it's gonna end up in very huge damage combo. And the same can be done by down back 4 on hit, down back 4 on normal hit. Let me change the counter hit properties. On normal hit, sorry, it's +4. It's the same situation as forward 4 on block. So you can use those frames to blow people up. If you see that they start blocking, you can just go for hell sweeps or more down back 4s, and people will not, generally they will not know how to counter properly your game plan. And you can spam FF2 because people don't sidestep properly. And when you're in devil mode, you have your Heaven's Gate in Tekken 8, which does enormous amount of damage. You have your 442 enhanced, and then you can heat dash, or you can simply do the the heat smash at the very end of your heat gauge, which it does damage. It does less damage than your Heaven's Gate that I showed you before, but it's much less punishable on block, and it tracks a little bit, so it's useful to end rounds. As you can see, -14. So, and of course, I didn't talk enough about the electric. The electric is, wait, it's +5 on block with pushback, so it's a very broken keep out tool, to be honest. The only thing that keeps it from not being broken is the execution behind it, and you might have seen memes about it, but the notation for the attack is pretty complicated to do at first. You have to do this, and the down forward 2, the down forward +2 has to be connected at the same frame. That you have to press the down forward +2 at the very exact same in order for you to do the electric version of this attack. Otherwise, you do get this. This is not bad, but it's not +5 on block. It doesn't have pushback. It does less damage, and it is -10. -10 means in Tekken means you are punishable. You're not safe. You start being safe at -9, and this is just for Tekken beginners. Okay, like I'm explaining stuff for Tekken beginners. Then I'm gonna go down on what makes like what are the changes of Kazuya in Tekken 8, and etc. etc. But essentially, you don't have great pokes. You can use in beginner ranks. You can use back to 4. Back to 4 is pretty great. If they start docking the second hit, you can add. You can do back to 2. Be careful, it's -10. Most people don't know, but it's -10 on block. And occasionally, if they start mashing, every time you do back to 2, they start mashing jabs and shit. You can do back to 2 laser. However, back to 2 laser, if the opponent knows and ducks, you're dead. So be careful. You can do down for 1-4 is pretty usable in beginner ranks. When they start docking the second hit, you can just do down forward, down for 1, down forward 2. This is pretty specific. It's not down 4, 1, 2, which is different. You have to hold the down forward as you press it, and it's -8 on block. It's pretty fucking good. It's not natural, as you can see. I hit the first one, but Jin can block the second one, so it's not natural. But on counter hit, it is. It just gives this weird situation that only Tekken 8 has, where you have insane plus frames, but the opponent is very far away. And the second hit, so if they mash after the first hit, this becomes a launch. And you can get a pretty good combo, right? So it's pretty good string in beginner ranks as well. And then what else can I say? I told you that down back forward is a pretty good poke. However, it is 20 frames, so it's pretty slow. You don't use it randomly. But I told you how I would use the Hell Sweep here, except of course he blocked it. But I told you that you want to use the Hell Sweep here. But if you want to be safer, you can use down back forward. It's only -12 on block, and even this one is -12 on block. I'm gonna show you. It's pretty good. The only thing is that this does not give you advantage on hit. If you hit it, you're -1 unless you counter hit. If you counter hit, you have plenty of frames to play. So you want to do this when you're afraid of the opponent using highs, or you don't want to do anything that unsafe. Because when the opponent spams highs, one of the most used options for Kazuya is down 1+2. This move does more damage, it gives you +3, but it's lower, right? It's lower than that. And on block, it's -14. It's more unsafe. Only few people can launch it. Jin can block it and launch it. Kazuya can launch it with twin pistons. I'm gonna talk about the well-standing options later. But it's so good because on counter hit, if you actually have that good prediction, this launches suddenly for a pretty good combo. Look at the damage. So it's good. It's good. And what happens if you are +3 but you're crouching? You can do this move. It's 13 frames, so it's perfect because if you trade and you get the counter hit, this move, excuse me, I'm gonna activate the counter hit. Look, it gives us a 4/4/4 guaranteed on counter hit. That's pretty good. And then look at what I do. I'm way dashing into 50/50s. Of course, at beginner's ranks, you don't know how to way dash yet, so you're just gonna run, right? You're just gonna do this into running and try to do your shit, right? So what about the punishes this character has? I told you about the 10 frame. Why is it good? Because you can match the 1-1, and if you visualize that the 1-1 connected, it actually hit the opponent, you can add the 2. You see, it's very delayable. It's hit confirmable. That's how we say it in Tekken and other fighting games. Okay? If you instead want the neutral instead of the knockdown, so you just want the plus frames, you can do as a 10 frame punish just 1 to 2. This one will do a little bit more damage, and it will give you the +4 for the neutral game. If you want to punish a move that's -11 or -12, you want to go for this one. This one does a lot of damage, knocks down, and if you are, wait a little bit, I'm gonna go towards the wall, and if you are on the wall, there we go, we found the wall, it will wall splat, and you can kinda, wait a second, you can kinda continue the combo if you're fast enough. It's not that easy, but you can do it. But of course I have to drop it for YouTube, right? It's gonna be leading enough, right? Okay, you can do stuff like this and breeze at the combos instead of just do the wall damage. If you want to stay on the wall because maybe you want to keep the pressure, you can do this, right? Stuff like this. But now I'm getting a weird angle because okay, shit like that. But anyway, back 1-2, it's pretty good. It's not hit confirmable, it's delayable, but not confirmable. So don't get you see, it will block. It's a little bit hit confirmable in Tekken 8. Wait, now that I think about it, this move is super strong. You have to be ready, you know. You have to listen to the audio cue a lot. But if you master it, you can actually hit confirm it, I think. Besides. Other punishment, we have 1+2, that's 12 frame, but it does less damage, so I don't recommend it really. This move is mostly used to, basically, it will crush jabs and awful ones sometimes, so you use it when you want to have a hard read that will give you a wall splat like this. But I don't recommend spamming it because it's minus, I think it's minus 14, let me check. No, minus 13, okay. So we don't use that much, this move. We use it at the wall when we get a counter hit with the down for 2. This will count as a true combo. But in this game, if you want to, after down 4-2 on counter, you can actually do down back 1-2, which is the move I'm gonna talk about now. It hits as a combo, as you can see, for insane damage, right? And we are in heat, so we can now apply our stupid, you know, Okizeme, right? So that was the move that I was gonna talk about, because it's it's 13 frames punish that will put you into heat. It does a little bit less damage than back 1-2. Yeah, it does 2 less damage than back 1-2, but it does give you the heat, so you want to do that. And after the 13 frame punish, what we have is electric. And now it starts to get really tough, because every other character can launch people at 15 frames or 14 for some characters with kind of easier inputs. Now we have to master this move, because otherwise you don't launch people at minus 14 or 15 if you don't know. What can we do though is at minus 15 we don't have a launch, but we have this move. This does 34 damage, which is not bad, and puts you into heat. If you are in heat, you can heat dash and cancel that into a combo, which I'm gonna drop because YouTube, you know. For some damage, you know, but it's very rare that you block a minus 15 move like a Rage Art and you're a Devil at the same time. Oh, this drops. Whatever. Anyway, so this is about the punishes, right? From wall standing though, Kazuya is one of the strongest because he has the twin pistons. At minus 13, you can actually launch from for wall standing. So if you block a low that is minus 13, you can launch it. And of course we have the top damage from here. It's pretty hard. I'm gonna show it to you, but I don't do it personally. Because of this, you know? You see how hard it is to get it? Ah, damn it, I was so close. Okay, you should have been able to get 75 damage from there, because I missed one electric, unfortunately. 76, sorry, it's 2 damage more. So 76 damage, but you get what I mean, right? It's really hard, so I don't do it personally. I used to do it, then I stopped doing that because I lost so many runs for dropping the combo. So I would recommend doing, this. You run in, crouch, and do wall standing 1+2. Okay, this does a lot of damage. And after you've done this, you do back 2-2, back 2-2, 1+2. This does 67 damage in rage, which is not bad at all. Otherwise, you do back 2-2, and in this moment, instead of doing back 2-2, 1+2, you can do this kind of setups. Sorry. Fuck me. You can do this for more Okizeme, less damage but more Okizeme. because you act first. Sorry. Or this. It's a little less OP, but if you reach the wall, you can wall combo, right? But what if you want to rage art with this combo? Well, most of the time, this is gonna do so much damage. Just doing this, it's gonna do so much damage. So you don't really have to do a combo. But if you want to do a combo, excuse me. This should hit. I'm sure you would do the less damage, right? No, I think it does more. Let me check. That was 69, so 68 or 69. This is does 65. What happens if we do just twin pistons into electric and jab rage art? Let's see. This is just 3 hits into 2 hits into rage art, so it should do more damage than what we did before. 71, yes. So this is the most optimal. Otherwise, I don't know. I do this. This is what I've seen Perfect Electric, Perfect Godfist do. I think it does more than 71. Let's see. This is the 75. This is the most damaged one. Okay. Let me see one thing. Oops. Drop it. No, I don't think you can connect it afterward. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't connect, bro. Yeah, it doesn't connect. So you just stick with that. You either stick with the one that I showed you last, or the electric into jab into whatever it is. Let me just check one thing. No, this doesn't connect, unfortunately. I don't think this connects either. Yeah. It's unfortunate, because that would... Yeah. I'm just figuring out stuff. This, I think, connects. No. This is so unlucky that it doesn't connect. This is so unlucky that it doesn't connect. Let me try. Does this... No, it doesn't. No, unfortunately this does not connect, so you have to do either this or sorry, I wasn't prepared. This. So anyway, that's his best punish. But you also have 16 frame while sending 2 to big combo that I showed you before. We have the 11 frames, as you can see from here. You can go into the second hit, but it will give you -4 on hit. So if you want to keep the pressure, you do this, and then you do your pokes, or you know, your jabs, Then we have wall sentry. It's not really used as a punish. We just use it in the neutral, in the 50-50 options. And then, what do we have? Double mode. Let's talk about heat. How do we go in heat? In Tekken 8, you have moves that on hit will automatically transition into heat, and you have a full heat bar. For example, Kazuya has, just like Jin and Devil Jin, they have the 442. Okay, 442 is pretty good because he has a shit ton of moves, a shit ton of range, as you can see, and it will give you heat. It's safe on block. It's -9, as you can see. And this is one move. It's a middle, of course. We have back 4, I showed you before. It's a homing high, safe on block, obviously. Then we have Duffel 1-2 for 15 frame punish, if you want to go into heat. And then we have the 13 frame punish, which is down back 1-2 to go into heat. And I think I missed one. Yes, back 1+2 safe, some evasion, mid that will give you heat. Now, when we are in heat, every character can do two options. One is the heat dash. It will end your heat, and if you hit the opponent with the heat dash, most of the time it's gonna give you this scenario here where you can combo, right? In Kazuya's situation, in Kazuya's case, you can do the combo after the heat dash if you hit 442, if you hit back 4, if you hit back 1+2 into heat dash, or if you hit down 4-1-2 into heat dash. The only move that is a heat engager and it does not give you a combo with the heat dash is down back 1-2. It will give you a free follow-up. Okay, so 444 will do the job there. That's the only move that will not give you a combo after the heat dash. Obviously, I did not mention this, sorry guys, but you can heat dash only if you use a heat engager when you're in heat. So only those moves that I mentioned. You have to hold forward if you want to use the heat dash. Okay? If you don't hold forward, you're not gonna heat dash. Okay? For example, 442 will do this laser thing that you can do only in devil mode, heat mode. But now let's talk about the other option that every character can do, is the heat smash. That also will end your heat gauge immediately, and it's different for every character. Kazuya has a low, as I showed you before, but many characters have mids, some have highs, and etc, etc. Some characters even have more than one, so you have to watch out. And now let's talk about the heat options. Kazuya 442 on hit becomes a laser follow-up with 40 plus damage. That's pretty good. Then we also have CD3 into laser. That's mostly gonna be used in combos. On block is this. It will give you +4. That's pretty good. Then we have the lasers. This one is a high unblockable. When you're not in heat, this one is not unblockable. But I cannot show you how to do this. Yes, nice. But when you're in heat, it's unblockable. You have the up laser to hit the opponent's jumping, but it's pretty useless. Then we have this. This avoids some lows, but it's stupid. It's pretty much stupid. The only thing that this does is that this one is a mid. It's a mid instead of being a high. And then we have the down laser. I'm gonna show you immediately. We do this, sorry. On counter hit, sorry. This laser will hit very far away. Okay, so it's very useful. Then we unlock this move here that can be used in combo with the up laser. And we unlock these cool ass combos, right? Although be careful, don't use the combos with these attacks immediately when you go into heat mode. Because look at my heat bar now. Look at how fast it replenishes, right? Like you immediately are you immediately run out of heat. Instead, if you hit one of these combos, excuse me, if you hit one of these combos, sorry, you can do this follow-up into this, but of course I fucked it up. Sorry guys. It's much more worth to end the combo and keep applying your 50-50s with the Heaven's Gate, for example, or other stuff. Like, don't overuse your heat gauge from the get-go. Just try to do shit first, right? And then eventually, when you have this little heat, you can actually use the heat gauge to do more damage. But anyway, what else do we have? We have the Heaven's Gate, of course, I showed you. This one, the house with that goes into that flying attack. But also, even the CD1, even our Thunder God Fist goes into that. Okay, so you have that too. And what else? We have the Devil Stomp. It will give you some plus frames, but it's really hard to utilize properly, so I don't recommend using that much, you know, not that much. And what else? Not much, actually. Double Kazuya does not have a lot of things in heat, but the only thing, the really cool thing that we can do is that we have a 13 frame move that we can spam, because the heat dash will make it a plus on block instead of being super minus. Look, it's minus 19, but with the heat dash, even if they block it, it's plus 5, so it's pretty good, right? And what else do we have? Yes, I forgot. We also have this power dash here that does a lot of damage, right? And on block, I think it's not punishable. Let me see. Yeah, it's minus 9. That's pretty good, right? Then, last thing I want to talk is Kazuya doesn't really have a good throw game, so you have... These are the generic throws that you can break with 1 or pressing 2. You can choose. And then you have the headbutt, sorry. The headbutt is 1+2 break, and you have the full crouch throw, that's also 1+2, but it switches sides. So they're not really good. I recommend using them only to scare the opponent a little bit, keep it in check with the throws. So they won't start using power crushes to... how do you say that? They don't start spamming them, you know what I mean? Other thing you can do is sidestep, and if the opponent is mashing, like Warring for example, you sidestep but he keeps mashing his string, that's a good opportunity to do a side throw or a back turn throw, because they do a lot of damage and they're almost impossible to break if they are mashing. Like, I'm telling you, it's impossible. And why are they good instead of a launch? It's because when you want to launch with Kazuya, you do the electric, but you have to input the electric, which can catch you. Like, if the opponent is pressing a string and you press a button that's too slow, for example a forward movement, it's just an example, they will hit you. They will hit you out of your movement. Okay, this is how Tekken works, basically. So just do a throw to stay safe, and the animation is also sick. And I think you have some Oki, I think, after this. Let me see. It doesn't tell you. Or was it bugged? It's -4. It says you're -4, but I don't think so. Like, does he recover first? Yeah, he does. It's still cool. They're still in Oki. They still have to block your mix-up. Because if they press, they could die, you know? But anyway, so you don't have a pretty good throw game. You have only lows that are good as pokes. But your mids suck, kinda. Because this on block, look. This is -7. This is -8. They nerfed them from Tekken 7, this move. And this move is -10 if you add the other one. The only more safe option is this one, but the second hit is a high. He also has a third hit, but it's -14. Another good thing of Kazuya Tekken 8, sorry, I forgot to mention, is this move is -14 on block instead of -18. You died in Tekken 7 if you throw this move out. Now you can throw it out, but also you can charge it to make it +11. And if you're at the wall, is even better. Because if you charge it, it's +18. Like, this move is incredible. It's not a true +18. You cannot hit him afterward. But if they press on you, sorry, I'm gonna show you from far away. It's a free splat, you know? It's a free wall splat, you can do a combo. And if they press, let's say you did these two moves, they block them, but they think that you're gonna charge it, so they want to press, but you don't charge it, and you do this. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the counter hit. My bad. Can I have the counter? Thank you. This becomes a true launch, okay? Because look what happens. Look what happens. Look at the frames. That +25 is true. It's true. So at the wall is so easy if you know how to do electric. At the wall is so easy to just do this into a full combo. Look at the damage in rage. It's absolutely nuts, right? So this string is infinitely better in Tekken 8. This string, although, is dog shit. Don't ever use it. It's pretty bad. You can do it once in a while. You can do just this. It's -11. People are gonna be scared of the other hit, so they will not mesh. If they mesh, they will get hit by the entirety of it. But I don't think they're gonna mesh. That's the thing. Because this, even if you counter hit the first two hits, you can still block it. Like they literally have to mesh the entirety of the string, so it's not good. I'm gonna show you how it is. The damage on counter hit for the entirety. You see? It's pretty big damage. But it's not true, like it's never gonna happen. And if they block it, you're -19. Don't do it. Especially at the wall. Don't do it, especially at the wall. Like, you can do it in beginner ranks. You can do it in heat. It's a good tool in heat because people don't punish it. And if they block it, look, it's a very good chunk of your chip damage. So that's the only use it has. But don't do it at the wall. At the wall, even if they don't know that it's punishable, if they do down for 2, anything that can launch, you're gonna get launched. So trust me on this one. And what else does he have? For High Crush, I didn't mention this. It has a 444 follow-up, but it's -11 as you can see. It's -11, so the opponent is full crouched and can do this to punish you. Other options, people that want to approach you, but they use moves that High Crush. This move is pretty good. It's -13 on block, but people can really punish it only if you do it too close. If you do it from here, how can they punish you? Like, they have to be a specific character like King that have a lot of range on their punishes. And other stuff, don't use this strength. It's useless. If they block, you die. And it's pretty mandatory to block it after the very first hours of your gameplay. This string is decent. It's not as bad as people think, because you can always do 1-2 and then delay a down back 4. Now you can do this string, is not as bad as people think. Yes, you can jab in between that, but no one is gonna do that, because as soon as people see you do a string like this, they're gonna think you're gonna use the low one. If there's low on reaction, they're gonna get hit. Otherwise, it's just chip damage, right? You can use it as a chip damage tool, right? Right? It's not as bad as people think. I don't want to say it's useless, but this health sweep is useless. Don't use it. It only does some more damage, but look how far the opponent is compared to this one. It's pretty much useless. You only do it to end the round. Also, forward for counter hit launches. I mean, I forgot to mention, but the counter hit combo is not as easy as people think. It's really hard. You have to dash in electric real fast. So this combo is hard. On beginners, I recommend this. Now, let's mention the combos. Yes, let's mention the combos. This one, on counter hit, pretty easy. You just mash the while standing 1+2, then you do back to 2, and then you do down for 1, down for 2, and end the combo with 3, 1, down forward into CD3. I'm gonna do it again because I talked too fast probably. Bam, ba, 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 ba. Pretty easy. 4-4-3, you can do it, it's pretty easy. It's a sidestep 3 into back to 2, down for 1, down for 2, into 3-1, CD cancel. Down for cancel into CD3. It's pretty easy, gonna do it again. Okay, then this same shit, you just crouch into wall standing 1+2 and do the same combo. It should work. This I showed you. Ba 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 ba. Okay, it's pretty easy. It's just back 2-2 into back 2-2 1+2. It's not hard. Other combos we do have. Let me think about it. What combos do we have? Do we have another counter hit combo that I forgot? Well, I told you how to. This is impossible for beginners because it's really hard for me as well. But so don't think about that. Only at the wall, you should be able to utilize a pre-cut. If you hit a wind god fist or an electric, you can do this combo. This is super easy. It's just simply 3-1-4 into 3-1 cancel. The cancel you can do. Sorry, the cancel you can do. Pardon. 3-1-4 dash into 3-1 cancel. There you can simply do the 1+2. So I'm gonna show you. End the combo however you want. If you meet a wall, you can do down for 1-2 or down for 1-4. You can do whatever you want, but essentially just do. Excuse me. Just do this. Just pretty consistent, right? Otherwise, you can do this. Sorry. You can do double wind god fist into jab, down for 3, into down for 1-2, into 3-1 cancel, or you can learn the proper combo. These are the easiest one. Even if you hit an electric, it's pretty good. Just delay it a little bit because you're gonna miss like this. So delay it a little. This combo actually can be done as well from this launcher, right? The only thing I would do if I was, gonna improve my cancels is when you learn how to cancel to do the other moves, you can do electric. Excuse me. You can do this. You can do the cancel into downfall 1-2, which is not easy to do, as you can see. Otherwise, the staples, I would say electric. You do a combo like this, and I dropped it. So it's electric, 3-1 cancel into downfall 1-2, into jab, but you have to. It's really complicated because you have to run like this. It's really hard. It's not easy. You have to run really deep. And I keep missing it now. Okay, I almost got it. There we go. I got it. So this is my favorite. There's also electric, jab, 3-1 cancel. But here you cannot add the jab there, and I don't like it. But it has more work. It has more work carry. It's worth mentioning. Yeah, you can't see. So you should do something like this. Okay. It does a little bit less damage. It does 1 damage, I think, less. And then we have other combos such as... this is not fighting, correct? You can do this, or... Let me think about it. Oh, yes. You also have the 3 electric combo, but it's so fucking hard, you're never gonna do it. Because it's so impossible for me as well. Like, I hit that combo. Never. Like, as you can see, I'm always dropping it. So hard. Ah, this was very close. Now I want to hit it. Oh, that was close. Wait. Oh, this was super close. There are players that do this consistently, but I have no idea how they do it that consistently. Especially considering I've saw people do it online, like Tekken Novi. Novi, insane. I don't know how it does it. There we go. And I fucked up the ending. But in the ending you can do this. Basically. Oh, nothing. Okay, let's not do it again. Sorry, guys, for the combo. Um, so you can still do it like in Tekken 7. However, it is so much more difficult. It's even more difficult than the 4 electric into back to 1 of Tekken 8, of Tekken 7, sorry. Because I remember that I was doing it much more easier in Tekken 7. The 4 electric combo. This for combos, I think I covered pretty much every combo option that we have. Oh yes, Devil. It's not that hard. You do this. If you want to keep it simple, this. Okay, or something like this. And easy combo after this, I would say. Sorry. Easy combo after the heat dash, I would say this into this. It obviously does so less damage, okay? Because Kazuya requires you to do electrics after those. And of course you drop it. That's difficult. Well, you can do that jab into attack. This should hit. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I think I'm done talking about Kazuya and how he works in Tekken 8. I think I covered up pretty much everything. Probably I might have missed something, but I don't think that would make it so much of a difference, considering oh yes, this move is pretty good. Gives you the 444. I don't think it's guaranteed. I think you can actually press up. Same goes for this. You can actually get a 444, but I don't think they're guaranteed. You can press up. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and see y'all in the next video, which will probably be what I think of Kazuya in terms of strength in Tekken 8 and what I would love to see changed for the character. Thank you again for watching. Sorry for the fact that I went into the loop of the combos, but you know how it is when you try combos out. And thank you for watching. See you next time.